Torah plus disclosure on the weak part of the Erev Zeir. It's troublemakers. Part 3 of the Erev Zeir. Just want to give a little quote here of Shema. You shall love Hashem your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all that you possess. You shall love Hashem your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your resources. Once again, you shall love Hashem your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all that you possess. Who stands in the way of that and tries to wreck everything? The weak part of the Erev Zeir. It's troublemakers. The Erev Zeir stands in your way. This is the disclosure to the weakest part of the Erev Zeir, troublemakers. They will help you. There's a little info on them here. They will help you in the order that's best suited for them. They're the ones who use the Torah to get what they want, anything and or everything in the Torah that suits them best. They are the troublemakers of the Erev Zeir and cause all the trouble. Now the weakest usually cause the small types of things as well as the big things too. Keep in mind, if they can, if it suits them best, they will, for their evil. Now let's think about it. What makes a marriage work, for example? When the husband, let's say, takes care of the smallest things first, right? Then it becomes automatically habitual. It becomes an automatic habit, to take care of all the higher things and the high things automatically as well, right? They don't respect honor, they don't respect glory. Nevertheless, they make God seem like nothing to them. It's so original for them that people just don't usually take notice like that. Like in marital problems, taking your hair out of a sink or maybe buying your wife a rose once a couple weeks, for example, might take care of all the higher problems. So the idea here in life is take care of the small problems, and the higher problems are usually taken care of once again. The weakest part of the Erev Zeir, its troublemakers, are the ones causing usually the smallest problems that everyone bypasses and overlooks, which can lead them to potential power and opportunities to cause bigger mischief, more and more problems. Because of focusing on the big problems and not focusing on the small problems, as everyone should, which makes them focus on the big problems the wrong way, which leads to not taking care of problems completely, which the problem really is not doing things the right way, period. They would put in a good or bad word for you and get you into trouble because they see it as they don't matter that much. Therefore, the world lets them go for free and to do bad things, caught or not caught, usually in their mind. So they think they're free to cause all kinds of trouble, and by the time everyone is done taking care of the big problems, the small problems are so much that they'll just go ahead and create bigger or smaller problems as well, and not pay much. These people cause the biggest problems. They'll sacrifice themselves temporarily to get something big done and then stop. Smarter than you think. These are people who are or are not religious at all and yet follow some or most of the Torah or whatever they follow when suits them best. Keep in mind, they gain power this way. They use the Torah. They get let go all the time as far as keeping an eye is concerned and other things, and cause lots of havoc. They'll even be religious or not religious if suits them best. Once again, as long as they're taking advantage through the Torah. These are people who take full advantage of every situation, and where they get in life is based on people's passes and failures as far as God goes. They try to make you fail with God. They try to make you fail His Torah. With His Torah, they try to make you fail the 7 Noahide laws. Some of them see the light and get saved in life through others' failures. Some of them don't. Then again, some of them turn good later on and are not in Erev Zeir anymore. So keep that in mind too. Then again, a lot of the time, they take advantage regardlessly, and when we finally prove them that their way of life is wrong, then maybe they become good. Then again, most of the time they don't. Some of them can be on the good side at times and the worst side most of the time. Many of these people like to dress religiously too, and even more so less religiously. A lot of these people wear yarmulkes, of course, endorse and support the worst leaders who are rabbinic or not rabbinic when they know these are bad people. They refer you to dangerous people every which way what they can, every which way they can, if it suits them best. Once again, these are people who like to dress slick as well as try to look cool, as well as, you know, doing it just to stress their way of life, basically, to get you into their way of life. They're scammers for life. They're in the confines of religion, and they're in the confines outside of religion as well. They act like police officers when you are about to figure out the truth. They act like police officers when you're about to figure out the truth, to your best especially. And their bearers are many Gentile people as well. They support them a lot. As well, who are supposedly friends or buddies with yada yada yada. They innovate on all of creation and take advantage and or freeload off of anything because that's how evil they choose to be. Some of them get punished to the point of they try to not take advantage of all of creation because, etc., because of punishment spiritually or in life on the outside or whatever, just not to be in pain or suffering, etc. So once again, whatever suits them best. Once again, they could be religious or not religious, or going back and forth many ways or not. Being religious is not, in my translation, being Shomer Torah. They are more Shomer MITZVOT than anything, usually, if anything. That's the truth. They perform good deeds to feel good or for honor or vain reasons, etc., like the mitzvot, like the commandments of the Torah. They are usually troublemakers, but causing troublemaking regardlessly, so they are troublemakers. They'll try to make you follow the Torah and perform its commandments for the wrong reasons as long as it benefits them somehow. They even sense it. They try to feed off of whatever they can. Also due to the fact if a person observes the Torah and performs its mitzvot commandments, they get a reward. And for people, they got to perform its mitzvot, its commandments, they benefit through them as well. There is such a thing. It's a concept like that. Though the weak gets taken care of the Erev Zeir, then all of the Erev Zeir gets taken care of by doing the right thing 100% according to the Torah, not to what you believe is the Torah, but by knowing it 100%, doing right by God. They get defeated easily every which way. They are all afraid of the right living. They can't live off of you then or feed off of or live off of anything, just like any wicked man would. The evil of the world is what they support endlessly. This is who they are. They are weak. The evil of the Erev Zeir, what we're talking about here, are the weak of the Erev Zeir. This is the weak area of the Erev Zeir. The evil of the Erev Rav is weak. They live off of you living wrong. They try to cause you to sin, and when you're ready to be finished off for following the wrong ways they laid out to you, they're ready to forward you to being finished off the worst way possible in their eyes, any which way. If not finishing you off themselves spiritually, physically, or whichever way, they're after your life when you fail God, your life internally. They want to live off of you. Then again, they try to finish you up physically, spiritually, whichever way they can, keep in mind. They want you to fail God. They are failures to God, the Father in heaven. They can tell you how to observe properly in the Torah or the 7 Noahide laws, even to create some sort of potential benefit like trust later, to screw you over later, to live and or feed off of you once again. They can even deal you righteously or the right way or perfectly even, in risk of destroying you any way they can later, just to benefit off of you, whichever way they can. They spring up in corruption when they know you won't fail, especially. They are haters. They are corrupt and can be religious even to one commandment. And they can go religious once things go back. Once things go back to being punishable and bad for them, they can go religious again. That's what they do. They are corrupt people into Torah when suits them for their best to their evil. They feed their way off of the Erev Rav as well, and are major supporters, even to the extent of loyalty, later on destroying a person at its weakest any way they can, spiritually, physically. Once again, your relationship with God too. They try to destroy your relationship with God too. This is what they innovate on. Not just making you follow the Torah their way or the wrong way, or doing things according to the Torah the wrong way or their way, or for them even, but wrecking and even replacing your relationship with God. Cleanly doing it in such a way you can't tell, because they'll pray for real too if they have to. They'll go to synagogue for services, etc., 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 just to develop a great so-called name, to make money, or anything, any benefit, etc., etc. They truly want to sever your relationship with God, is what they truly want. They want to destroy everything and anything you maintain with God, every which way they can. This is how they make you weak like them, to then destroy you, because they're masters of being weak in this area in their own way. So they make you like them, make you vulnerable like them, etc. When they see an opportunity to go for your weakness, your vulnerability, they innovate on it, and they try to finish you off any way they can, inside, outside, or whatever, if it's best to them for their evil. So this is how they make you weak like them, to then destroy you, conquer you, own you, even your could have been potential wife, marrying her, or potential business, or potential position, or anything you could have ever had that was for you to have. They want to slander your glory with carelessness and squander any potential glory you may have, anything positive going for you, just for their benefit. Your future as well. All that I just mentioned, your future as well. They want to destroy your purity and your relationships that are especially positive to you. They take it worlds away from evil. It's their own evil they develop it to. The evil they create is their own way to do, is their own way to wrong. The evil they create is their own way to wrong. Once again, the side of right and the side of wrong. Right or wrong. Right versus wrong. They are always on the side of wrong when they are going against right. Remember that. They are always on the side of wrong when they are going against right. Remember that once again. They'll even introduce you to their selected future wife for you, and even help you at your lowest point, and even save you from death in order for you to work for them, as long as you don't show it, that is. Every which way in life to live off of you. Freeloaders, every which way they can for their own best, to suit the evil they created for themselves, is what they really are. Freeloaders, every which way they can for their own best, to suit the evil they created for themselves, once again, is what they really are. They'll be nice, they'll be etc. to you at the same time. They are your anti-God. They are your anti-God at the same time. Anti-life is the way to put it in normal terms. Anti-living is what the wrong side is all about. The Erev Zeir, ladies and gentlemen. To happiness. In other words, to the defeat of wrong. To the defeat of wrong. This is to the defeat of wrong. This is the truth. Defeating the Erev Zeir is to the defeat of wrong, the truth. This is true.